Well, hello, everyday goddesses. Thank you for joining me this week. I hope you all had a great weekend. I was getting out in nature this weekend, trying to connect a little bit with the stillness of the Divine Mother. So we're going to take a look at healing messages for the Divine Feminine this week. See what's going on, what is the best thing to be focusing on this week in our healing journey to fullness and self-love and completeness. So let's see what's going on here. Okay, let's look at the Divine Feminine energies. All right, Ace of Pentacles, Five of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. Oh, that's so interesting. Okay, so let's get started with this. The Ace of Pentacles is showing me, Divine Feminine, that you are really ready for a new start. And this start is really about your physical world. Things really making concrete, viable changes. There might be changes in your job or changes in your lifestyle, or just things in your healing that are really on your to-do list. Like if you haven't been keeping a regular meditation practice, to do that. Also, what I just said about being out in nature, the pentacles represent the earth, right? So getting out into the natural world, taking really concrete steps, a new phase, it's a new journey, a new cycle has ended. And this is about taking some really clear steps for anything that you feel is important to you. So if you've had that little to-do list running in your mind of things, it could even be rearranging your apartment, cleaning out your kitchen, just stuff in the physical world that you feel can help support you in creating this new cycle of physical change on in the 3D. To do that, though, it's really going to take, look at that. I just want to look at this a little bit here, there for you guys. Isn't that so pretty, right? Okay. This is this coin here with the 5-pointed star, which represents magic, and then there's roots growing down, right? Putting down roots into new action and things that are going to take root for you. To do that, though, we've got the 5 of Cups here. And the 5 of Cups can represent regret and letting go. There's a little bit of a sadness here, and see how everything's just sort of dropping down into that pool of an egg there. So this is saying from Spirit that it's really time to let go of any regrets that you've had about the past in your journey. Time to let go of the past. Anything that's been hanging out in your space that you've been feeling sort of bad about, just sort of let this vortex, it almost feels like there's no water here, but it feels very watery, and there's water in the background, you know, of where she's sitting. She sort of got her back to the emotions a little bit. So allow yourself to bring those forward, anything that you've been really hanging on to. And see, she's just letting this kind of spill down in here. This can represent having a little too much focus on what has, on spilt milk, what you've felt bad about. And there's this beautiful cup with light and rainbow and all sorts of multicolored chakral energies behind her, but she's not quite looking at it, okay? So this is saying to allow this release of sadness, grief, regret, past memories about your journey. Just start to let them sink down. Let the earth take them. One thing I love about this version of the 5 of Cups is that this is almost like this little pool or vortex that's going down into the earth. So it's not just like in the Rider-Waite where it's just sitting on the ground. This is actually releasing those sadnesses and those griefs into the earth, into the Mother Earth, right? Let her take that burden away from you. Let her take the regrets and the sadness. Just let it sink. Just let it sink. And this card is outside. I know I'm showing it to you again, right? But she's out there. So this would be a really good thing to do outdoors. Go out to your park or the beach or the mountains, whatever you can get outside, and connect yourself physically to the earth, sitting, laying down, prone, heart down, lying in Shavasana outside, and just imagine all these griefs and regrets and despairs just sort of being absorbed into the mother. And if you do that, you're going to end up here in this wonderful Nine of Pentacles energy. And that Nine of Pentacles energy is the divine feminine who is unto herself. So joyous, so many colors, so many mandalas, so many chakra balance cards here. In complete balance in the chakras, having her own abundance. And that green in the background represent the fullness of your heart. And just look what a happy card this is. This is somebody who is just cultivating her life. There's this beautiful garden in here. There's herbs hanging down. So there's this beautiful sort of medicine woman alchemy. And this white dress that she has on, the white, again, the color of purity. She finds her own purity by releasing all her griefs. And it also kind of reminds me a little bit of a chef. And there's this beautiful little bowl and cauldron here that's got some herbs and another mandala in it. So this is really about the alchemy of creation in real feminine terms, you know, cooking, planting, growing, just embracing all those beautiful things in your garden, whether it's an actual garden or just your metaphorical garden if you're not the gardening type. I'm personally not the gardening type, but there's plenty of things where you can embrace your creativity. And the other thing I want to point out about this is this beautiful white bird, okay? It's just this little dove peace, right? Finding your own peace. It's a singular card. She's on her own, surrounded by nature and beauty and her own spirituality, okay? So you have this wonderful journey going on here. Let's see how you're feeling here. What's going on with you emotionally? Divine Feminine. Knight of Swords. Two of Pentacles. And the King of Wands. Yeah, he showed up last week. So, listen, that Knight of Swords is somebody who's sort of, you see he's got a crossbow on his back and he's really wanting to move forward in sort of this combative energy. He's going to hop on that bike with the, you know, a hawk or an eagle above him, just moving out forward, sort of ready to, it's very aggressive energy here. You might be feeling that way, but you've definitely got some decisions to make about that, all right? I would say think a little harder before you leap, all right? The Two of Pentacles is about sort of being in that place between, is it this or is it that? Should I act this way or that way? And having that Two of Pentacles sitting between the King of Wands, which is full emotional mastery, I'm going to say beware of this. Beware of falling into combative communication, combative action. Just release it. Think twice, all right? The Two of Pentacles is asking you to juggle these things. And if you look, the lower pentacle is red, right? Which is first chakra, fears, survival. And the upper pentacle is got the a star inside of it here. Well, they both have the stars, but it's definitely infused with more light. So make sure that you pick the path of light and step more into this King of Wands energy, which is mastery. So don't rush in too fast. Don't pick fights, right? Don't be aware of being in that egoic state where you just think that you're right about stuff and you might not even have all the information to decide, you know, that you're right about certain things. Okay, let's get some, so, you know, think a little deeper before you start engaging in embattled conversation and action. Akashic records. So we're getting some clarifier here. Throat chakra. Oh, there we go. Yeah. And Cancer. The sign of Cancer. Deep emotional things. Okay, so the throat chakra coming up along with that Knight of Swords. I'm going to say that this issue about communicating out of a place, sort of making decisions about communicating out of a place of aggressive ego versus wisdom, this is something that is grounded in your Akashic record. So you're up for some clearing. There's a little karmic clearing that has to go on here, because this is a pattern that you've had with your masculine that is coming up for re-examination and clearing. And it's also going to require some deeper looking into the elements of Cancer. Okay, the water element, deep emotional observation. That deep emotional observation is the thing that is sort of fueling this Akashic record experience. There's something that happened in your past life that had a very deep-seated emotional experience that's sort of given rise to communication issues, all right, that have created sort of blocks, or not blocks, but I would say almost confusions. It's that kind of feeling like, should I say this or should I say that? Do I need to engage in a battle with this person, or do I need to find ways of communicating that are more elevated? All right. So let's get just a little bit more guidance here for you. Don't let your past hold you back. Well, yeah. And the South Node is your past karma. All right. It's karma time, karma clearing. You can come see me for one of those if you like. The other thing that you can is, well, there's lots of people that will help you guide through Akashic record experience. There's also a beautiful chant that I've said sometimes on this channel, a Vedic chant that goes like this. Akasamaraya fat, akasamaraya fat, akasamaraya fat. And that is a Vedic chant that returns karma. In this card, though, having it be in the Akashic record, I think doing some Akashic record work is more important than just doing the chanting. The chanting can help you clear it once you find what it is, but what I'm really getting here is that you need to find out the details of what this experience was that caused you and your masculine to get into these kind of embattled communicative impasses, right? And you are finally in this crossroads of decision about how to change your mode of communication, and looking at it in a way that you're realizing that it's fueled by something much deeper. You're not alone. Oh my gosh, we got this last week too. Yeah. This again is reaching out into the divine feminine community and into your girlfriends for this kind of support. Okay? So as you're going through this transformation, make sure you connect in to the community, your physical community of divine feminines, the other women in your life. That could also be coming back over to here, combined, connecting into the divine mother as far as just nature, But I'm going to say this is a little bit more conversation, supportive conversations. Make sure that you are surrounding yourself with people that understand your journey, and more importantly, are positive about it, right? Because we're trying to clear out some negative patterns from the past. So, be aware of having people in the community that drag you down. There's a lot of people out there on the internet that are really caught up in their egos and their difficulties, and they're having really much more of a hard time. So I'm going to finish by choices. Look at that, came right up on the Two of Pentacles, which is all about making choices. It's about looking at two ways. Now these are these beautiful cosmic reading cards, okay? And disclaimer, these I'm going to read from the book because they're kind of new for me, but they're absolutely stunning. See if you can get this here. Yeah, Look at that. Now, just looking at the card before I go into the book, there's a lot of red and yellow in here, and the blue, right? We've gone right back into the throat chakra. So the red can really represent childhood wounding, Akashic record wounding, stuff that is still dislodged in the bottom chakra. But through power, through the activation of the third chakra, right, which is your place of power, you can start to transmute your communication. See, the blue colors are all about the throat chakra. Okay, but again, this looks just like this here, right? Akashic record clearing, empowerment to clear the throat chakra and changing the way you're coming into your interactions. Okay, let's see what the card says. To make your decision, ask yourself, which experience best allows my soul to grow? All right, so that question is pitting this Knight of Swords energy against the King of Wands energy. It's like, do you want to be a bratty guy who's like got his bow and arrow and he's going to hop on his bike and go look for a fight? Or are you going to be in this more masterful masculine energy that has complete wisdom? And it's just, see, laid more back. Look at this guy rushing off, and he's just settled in that energy. So we're talking about your masculine energy within you. If you've drawn this card, you've come to a crossroads in your life where choices and decisions need to be made. Okay, so that goes back up to your energy, right? You need to make some choices and decisions. This period can be quite challenging as you weigh your options, and that weighing the options right here in the center. Your mind tells you one thing, and yet your heart feels differently. All right, here we go, right? The mind with all its logic reinforces your core beliefs in what is safe and secure with creatured comforts and stability. Your heart, on the other, pushes you to explore possibilities and adventures that seem too foolish and irresponsible to the mind. Dearest one, your soul longs to grow, evolve, and expand to higher states of consciousness. Now, that higher state of consciousness is very much represented by the King of Wands, because the wands are about spiritual energy. And so the king, even though it's a masculine here, and it might be your inner masculine, is still representing the energy of having mastered that spiritual energy. Okay. Your heart knows this, as it is the guiding force within you. The mind is the vehicle that assists you in getting to where your heart needs to go. Are you growing in your current situation, whether it's a relationship or working environment? Or does spirit have to bring outside influence, such as changes in your working environment or a new friendship, that causes to review your current relationship? Okay, so again, we're talking about some 3D changes that need to be re-examined as you move from egoic behavior, egoic combative behavior, to a more relaxed, stayed, centered spiritual energy. If it is external influences that are pulling at your heartstrings and not your current situation, then it's pretty clear that the place you are in is not serving your highest good. It may be serving you on a physical creature comfort level, but your heart and your soul needs more strength, okay? So addressing these changes in the Ace of Pentacles is going to bring you into a more balanced, physical, harmonious place after you let go, and bring you into this balance. Why play it safe? You have one life to live, and the mission isn't to be too cautious. Our goal is to grow and expand. Closing doors in your life may not be easy, right? Taking those steps, but trust your heart and your inner guidance that you're being taken somewhere beautifully. You are not alone. Divine guidance surrounds you continuously. And in this case, I'm going to say some of this divine guidance is going to come from the empowered women in your life. The affirmation is, I am courageous, right? I am courageous. And here in the King of Pentacles, we've got the lion representing that Leo energy, which is pure courage. I listen to the guidance from my heart, all right? That's where the energy of the Cancer is. The associate chakras, the solar plexus and the heart. Okay? So again, clearing up the solar plexus energy and being guided into your Nine of Pentacles energy where the heart reigns supreme. And in this case, again, I'm just going to finish off by a little reminder of looking into the past, into your Akashic past, because there are things here that need to be unearthed and healed and cleared out for you to get a little bit more clarity as you move through these decisions in your life. Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Divine Goddesses. And I hope I see you on January 31st. We're going to have a wonderful workshop, Sunday, 8 a.m. Pacific time. It's going to be a 2-hour workshop using Kundalini Yoga to clear the blockages of the heart and heal the wounds of the heart, even those past life wounds, right, on the Akashic record. Okay, so you can sign up for that on my website, everydaygoddess1111.com. And if you would like a karmic clearing to help clear some of this past life issues, I'd be more than happy to assist you with that as well. Okay, blessings, have a great day, and I hope that was helpful for you today. See you soon.